The vessel pitches violently as freezing rain lashes against the reinforced glass. In a midnight storm, the bridge of a cargo ship is an unforgiving place. The radar sweeps across a congested shipping lane. Half a dozen massive targets are moving dangerously close. Outside the window, visibility has dropped to zero. Then, an engine alarm cuts through the mechanical hum of the deck. A critical decision about heading and speed must be made in seconds. And then, the pitching stops. The ocean glitches out. This full-mission bridge simulator is bolted to the floor of a building on land. Its purpose is to create extreme danger while removing every real-world consequence. For most of human history, the only way to learn the sea was to go out and face it. Knowledge was built through exposure, repetition, and mentorship. Officers relied on mechanical instruments, visual judgment, and the raw physical cues of the ocean. It was a true trial-by-fire environment. Even after radar and electronic navigation displays appeared, sailors still had to learn how to read those glowing screens while guiding thousands of tons of steel through open water. If a novice misjudged a current or misread a bearing, the result could be a collision, a grounding, or the loss of lives. To reduce that risk, modern facilities recreate the exact dimensions of a ship's command center. Authentic helm controls, radios, and panoramic screens surround the crew in a 360-degree digital ocean. The system can separate radar, depth, and vessel traffic into clear layers of information. Beneath the visuals, a physics engine calculates wind force, water resistance, inertia, and momentum. When an officer turns the wheel or cuts the throttle, the virtual ship responds with the same heavy delay as a real cargo vessel. By matching that lag so precisely, the simulator becomes believable enough to trigger genuine stress. And that stress is deliberate. A routine port approach can deteriorate in seconds as thick fog rolls over the bow and erases the horizon. Radio chatter intensifies. The radar screen fills with targets. Proximity alarms fire in overlapping succession. The volume of incoming information begins to outpace the trainee's ability to process it. Situational awareness collapses, and a crucial steering command comes a few seconds too late. At sea, that exact chain of missed signals and delayed reactions could end with two hulls tearing into each other. Here, the screens simply freeze, the alarms fall silent, and the crisis dissolves back into a still, air-conditioned room. A timeline graph then plots the trainee's rudder and throttle inputs against a rising hazard curve, identifying the exact second the failure occurred. An instructor reviews the telemetry with the crew, showing which alarm was missed, which decision was delayed, and how mental overload took hold. Then, with a single command, they rewind time. The trainee steps back into the same fog bank, now equipped with the insight needed to navigate it correctly. Maritime training has moved away from surviving real danger and towards synthesizing it. What once took decades at sea can now be compressed into a controlled learning cycle. A trainee can face a dozen high-risk collision scenarios in a single afternoon. Instead of hoping the weather holds, crews can stress-test voyage plans under extreme conditions before they ever leave the dock. By separating learning from physical danger, the simulator turns once-fatal mistakes into safe, repeatable data points that build lasting judgment and muscle memory. The real ocean remains indifferent to human error. Out there, the physics are real, and mistakes cannot be undone. Yet failing 100 times inside a digital box can build the judgment needed to prevent those same catastrophes in reality. So when an officer leaves the simulator and steps onto a real cargo vessel, they carry something invaluable with them: years of synthesized experience. Modern maritime safety depends on this controlled environment, a digital proving ground engineered to prepare crews for the unpredictable reality of the open sea.